Your dad.
I told him, my dad he's a hater when it comes to like romance, because I was telling him about how my mom has
I suppose we owe you our
California
thanks.
boyfriend. I was like, yeah,
You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the
and he
mud.
was like, literally, what do you even do for that long? Like, you can't even hold a conversation for that long.
We
and
slept.
I was like, well, I don't know, we just sit in each other's company. Like, you don't really have to do anything, just kind of hang out. Yeah, or like
it wasn't even like that. We probably called for like 2-3 hours. We just slept.
Yeah, I know. I was like, we just, we fall asleep a lot. It was like, that's sickening. Like, I'm so glad I'm not in love or in a relationship, because I would not have the patience to do any of that. I'm like, that's why you're not in a relationship.
Well, also, you don't need to call in 11 hours for 11 hours to have like a good relationship.
Well, no, like, yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't not specifically the 11-hour call, but just like calling for a few hours and then.
Or yeah. I mean, like whatever. You don't have to do that like all the time.
Yeah, and I said that to him. I was like, really?
Not every relationship is like that. Only our good one.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, the reason we do that is because I can't see him every day like you'd be able to see your girlfriend. Yeah. You know? I'm like,
Are you in your thing?
Oh my gosh. I'm not.
Okay.
I am now.
Okay. What happened last? Okay, so we're back where Clive grew up, and there was some people in here that Clive grew up with.
Yeah, like what was it? The guy who was like,
the guy who
recognize him.
Oh
Wade,
yeah, we
Sir
fucked them
Wade.
up too. We fucked them up too. We got fucking destroyed. The Guardians of the Flame, a clandestine group of Ducal loyalists who lead the rebellion against the imperial occupation of Rosaria and Empress Annabelle. Many of their members are drawn from those who survived the imperial attack by Phoenix Gate in the year 860. Okay, whatever. I don't really care. Let's go. What's up, Wade?
Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Wade.
What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company.
Hello?
I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan.
Hello. Hello.
You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade,
I totally missed that plan.
the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
True. Let's fuck them up. Black or white? I don't care. What?
We'll keep them from the bridge.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
You sound super quiet.
Oh, yeah, I put my AirPods in. I don't know how the mic is.
Bad, apparently.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention.
The way I went last time.
It's been a game of
kind
cat and mouse ever since.
And it's like, I'm probably just gonna have to go back this way regardless. But I haven't thought about how to go.
Ready, go? Faster!
sideways.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Let's fuck him up.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
I'll come alright.
For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here.
Oh,
On these our swords we swear.
Go for
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
Get him!
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Over here!
no, I mean like this. I have my AC on. I can't hear very well otherwise. Oh,
A
shit.
noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Dude, I thought
Get him!
So wait.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You ain't finished yet. Go for it!
tankier and tankier. What?
Nice. That's what you wanted, though. You wanted the battle.
Well, yeah, but
I don't see
didn't
any
want them to
more.
be like long, drawn out, just like slap.
Nor
them.
do
meant
I.
more like I want
The plan
more
worked.
like aggressive in
It
damaging
bloody worked.
enemies.
We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Is this gonna be another, like...
I shall wear it with pride.
Side quest?
Be sure that you do. I don't want my... If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Watch, it's gonna have like 30 side quests.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
I know.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
The Hanged Man! You're one of them good bearers. Brandy? Bearers?
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Heavy ass footsteps, dog.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, You shall pay with your tongue!
Am I gonna fight this dude in his fucking mansion? Hey Clive?
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddu in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Not that great of a guy.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
I kind of...
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
I'd say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustenus in the space of 3 days.
If I think about, like, anything
Something
other
on your
than
mind?
what's happening, I cannot pay attention to this game.
Yeah. Really,
Monsters.
really bad.
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me,
You can be them problem.
We could.
and so I became their puppet.
It'd be cool costume.
I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
Do it, you know that. It's not fair.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path.
I can hear it coming through.
To live on my own terms.
Oh my
Before
fucking
I can
god,
do
my...
that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
are new billets being posted every day.
Clive!
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn, and if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to something's getting him down. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he was...
Fine. But if he doesn't...
All right, now, wait a bit.
How did we never hear about these guardians?
Monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
First August, and now you. What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on you. I thought you might want to...
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose.
Clive just wants to help, innit? Talk to him. You never know, you might... Please, mate.
It's nothing, not the sort of thing you bother people.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Lights. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I read there, you got what you came for.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Didn't think anything could rattle him.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him, assuming you're happy to help that.
Too bloody right.
Glad to hear it. First things... Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way it turned, but it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an... I don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasts.
I see.
He did tell me something. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted?
Thank you, Karen.
At least you would...
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leather worker.
I'll leave the hunting to you. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
All right. Time to fight. All right. Griffiths don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of...
Not so lowly from... Do you remember selling to a merchant?
Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite didn't stop her bartering me down.
It's not her who's...
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman. Actually...
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds...
You sure?
Well, and thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are...
In that case?
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. You send your...
Will do. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
monster's taken quite a liking to Lady.
And with a bit of luck. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive, you didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see, and his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, but our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the...
Then we better keep this close to watch.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you...
That was the idea, Clive's idea, and...
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nice. And don't get me started how much I reckon I... Anyway.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. Right, now that's sorted. Thanks, Clive.
Clive? What do you want? Anything else?